from the mainstream, the studio machine. I want it my way. Indie Film Nation. I want it my way. Indie Film Nation. Going all the way. Indie Film Nation. You know it's gotta be Indie Film Nation. Indie Film Nation. It's gotta be Indie Film Nation.
Hi, Sue Lawson here for Indie Film Nation. I am here with the director of Being Elmo, a puppeteer's journey. Constance Marks is the director of it, and the film has been just phenomenally received here at Sundance. Tell me, how did you get the inspiration for this?
Well, my husband, James Miller, the DP on our film, is a cameraman at Sesame Street from time to time. And he was telling me about Kevin over the years. And one thing led to another, and I set up an appointment to meet Kevin, and we were off to the races.
I heard that there was a tape that he made for your daughter.
Yes. James went to the set one day when Sophia was very small, and it was before cell phones, and everybody had pictures on their cell phones, and he brought a little brag book, and Kevin agreed to have Elmo talk to camera, looking at the brag book, talking to James for our daughter, saying, "Hi, Sophia, I'm here with your daddy, and I'm looking at pictures of you, and look how cute you are," and he's turning the pages. And he brought it home that night, and I was just blown away. I just thought, who is this amazing man behind Elmo that would do this? Because I was already in love with Elmo as a mom, and just really moved by his pluck and charm and sincerity. There was nothing saccharine about that character. And the next thing you know, I'm meeting with Kevin and pursuing this story.
What amazed me when I was going through the material is his humanitarian efforts throughout the world. I mean, comforting children, being there for them in his character and as himself as well.
Well, when you see the film, you'll know that this was an instinct he had from a very young age. So we see him performing for sick children and challenged children from, I think he was 16 or 15. So this was something that he has wanted to do or has been doing for a very long time. And, it's historical at this point.
What were some of the challenges that you faced when it came to making the film?
There really weren't too many challenges. But, in filmmaking terms, I originally set out to make a verite film about Kevin, and then I realized that I, of course, wanted verite material in the film, but that what we really wanted to do was tell the story of his life and to use the verite material to push the story forward. And that worked out really well. But it took a little time to figure that out.
Now, what was your inspiration for using Whoopi Goldberg as the narrator?
I just felt that because Whoopi and Kevin had a connection, that it would have the right feeling because they know each other. And I think we really wanted somebody in there who knew Kevin, not some outsider who was just slapping on, their voice for whatever reason. We really wanted somebody who knew him, and just the tone of her voice, to me, is so beautiful, and she really elevates the film.
Now, what was the surprise? There's always a surprise when you're making a film. I'm thinking, at least, that there is when you're a documentarian. So what was the surprising thing that you found out during this journey?
Well, following Kevin has just been such a gift. His generosity is boundless. There can be a room full of hundreds of children with their parents. That's hundreds of more people. And I remember once in New Orleans, there was a situation where there was a place that was packed with people waiting to see him. And the person who was orchestrating the event stood up on a chair and said, "You will not all be able to see Elmo. I'm sorry." She was very type A and nervous. And immediately Kevin got up and he said, "Everybody who's come here, I will see every last person who's come. If you can be patient, I will be here. I will see your kids." And that's his joy, and that's his That's the way he does things. He's there for the kids. The character is there for the kids, and you know, that was a surprise. I really did not expect. I didn't know to expect that, so that was a delightful surprise. And there were scores of things like that that just blew me away about him. You'll see it in the film. It's very evident.
And if people want more information on the film, they can go to
BeingElmo.com.
Easy enough. Constance, I really want to thank you for your time. The movie, again, is Being Elmo, A Puppeteer's Journey. It's at Sundance right now. You have plans for distribution?
We're going to get it seen as widely as possible. That's our mission.
I have the feeling everybody will be seeing this. Thank you again. Thank you. Sue Lawson for Indie Film Nation. Up next, the man himself, Kevin. Hi, Sue Lawson here for Indie Film Nation. Part 2 of our interview regarding Being Elmo, A Puppeteer's Journey. And here's the man himself, Kevin Clash. He is the man behind Elmo, but he's more than just that. And in addition to being a great humanitarian, he is also the senior puppet master. Am I getting this right here? Senior puppet captain. I love that. Puppet captain. Captain of the puppets. And also Muppet captain, senior puppet coordinator, and senior creative consultant. You do a lot. We'll just call you king. We'll just call you the king. What amazed me was that from pretty much day one, you have wanted to be a puppeteer.
Yeah, which is, I mean, I know it is amazing because, a lot of times kids don't really know what they want to do. It starts as hobbies and normally it goes away. But mine didn't. It just kept going. I just kept doing more and more and building. And lo and behold, started doing live shows. My mom thought I would just build puppets, but I got into performing them. And through that, found some really cool mentors and people who loved what I did and wanted to help out for me to succeed.
And you have done that. From what I understand, your dream was to actually become part of Jim Henson's crew. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. I was glued to the TV. My mom said, if you don't move back from that TV, you're going to go blind. Because I was trying to look and see, how the puppets were built and stuff like that. So, and that was the age of, 9, 10 years old.
So what do you consider your big break?
Wow. My big break, actually, my first big break was Stu Kerr. God bless him. He was so cool. In Baltimore, he was Mr. Channel 2. He was really good friends with Willard Scott, who was in D.C. during the weather, and he was also good friends with Bob Keeshan, who became Captain Kangaroo. He was a page at NBC. He was in the service with Bob Keeshan. So, yeah, I think my big break, and I was really excited about it, was Stu. Stu saw me at a Heritage Fair where I was doing my puppets, and he really liked it. He went up to my mom and dad and said, listen, I would love for him to audition for me for a new children's program that I'm going to be doing on Channel 2. And so they said yes. They took me there, and I mean, it was wonderful. Matter of fact, to the point where when I actually went up to New York and met Jim and he saw what I could do, he was very impressed with a lot that I'd already accomplished locally.
Now, what was there about, when Constance approached you about this film, what was there about it that made you say yes, you wanted to do it? Because it sounds as though there was no hesitation on your part.
Well, first of all, I love what I'm doing. I really enjoy it, and I've always wanted to talk about how much enjoyment I've had over the years of doing in my journey to the success of this red monster, and it's always been exciting. I mean, I'd written a book prior to Connie asking me, and a literary agent came to me and asked me, he'd like to write about the phenomenon of Elmo, and so that kind of, that was more about the love that I had, and also the excitement that I wanted to talk about as far as the success of him, with the whole Tickle Me Elmo thing. But this was something that you could visually see, and so I was excited about showing that.
Are you happy? I'm assuming you're happy with how the film has come out. Is there something in there that you think to yourself, I didn't know this about myself until I saw the film?
I think, it's my business, and working. Not that I didn't know, but it made me the part where, not being able to spend time with Shannon as much as I'd love. Matter of fact, you heard her on my iPhone. Talking about, listen, you don't be ignoring me, blah, blah. So,
Your daughter will call you out. You know that.
In a second. That's why please don't interview her. No, it's okay. No, she love her. I mean, she's a great lady. She's wonderful, and you'll see in the film, the challenges of working and traveling so much. Didn't get to spend as much time as I'd like to. So we're trying to catch up on that all the time because of my schedule. So that's always the challenging part of it.
And his schedule is very tight, which is why I have promised I wasn't going to take much of his time. I do really appreciate you sitting down with us, though. Kevin Clash, again, the film is Being Elmo, A Puppeteer's Journey. It's here at Sundance. It's going to be around a lot. It is the hot ticket in town. And for people who want more information, go to
BeingElmo.com.
Sue Lawson for Indie Film Nation. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.